Yes, people, what's happening? Hope everyone's feeling well, feeling fresh. Thought I'd just jump on, have a little bit of a live chat with you guys, see what everyone's saying, what everyone's thinking in regards to everything, what's going on at the moment, in regards to this bacon, as well as the fact that Creepy Craig seems to be very, very quiet at the moment, doesn't he? So what do you all reckon to that? What's happening, bro? Hope you're all good. I'm save the energy for tonight. I'm still not 100% still sore throat and that, but tonight we'll be going absolutely hard. Around 8 o'clock, you know the dance. What's there? We'll be knocking them out the park. What's everyone saying, man? Bit of a slow burner getting started this one. 19 years. Give us a little like on your way in, guys. Yeah, man. What are you from his local area then, are you? Are you from around that sort of that manor where he lives? I mean, they seem to have gone quiet today, especially considering, well, how brazen they were yesterday. You know, they were here to stay, this, that, the other. Not been a single upload since. Promises of lives. Do you reckon they've realised there's no coming back? You are what it says on the tin. You might as well just crawl away as quick as possible. Or is Creepy Craig handing out, you know, legal advice? Is Creepy Craig the real Big John? That's what I'm thinking, guys. That's what I'm thinking. So, yeah, for me, we're going to have to wait and see for Creepy to put the last nail in the coffin himself. You know what I'm saying? Davey and Rebecca have dropped the ball multiple times and gave away the game plan. You know what I mean? And what's gone on there too many times. I was talking to Rach last night and X, Y, Z. I don't even want to know, to be honest. This is what I'm saying with these people. And that's David's daughter what's saying that there. So that tells you again, it's not going to be fabricated. That's his daughter, you know what I mean? So she's not going to be saying stuff about Davey if it's not true. And what she's just put there in regards, like I say, to bonkers, disgusting. What's happening, Kate? I hope you're all good. Yeah, sweet. It'd be good to if you could make the local area aware, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my throat's killing you now, guys. But yeah, what Shelby's just said there in regards to that, Rebecca, it doesn't really shock me, man. I mean, you can tell the sort of woman she is. She sat there openly defending a convicted SO, telling us we're bullying her. When she come on here and took this, she was driving this convicted SO around, remember? She took him and skirted him around the outskirts of a park. She took him onto a residential street where families will live outside a man's house. But she thinks she's totally innocent and everyone's bullying her. Like, where do these people come from? As Dr. Rackbull would say, where do we find them? I'm unsure, do you know something? If the doc or anyone comes in the chat today, the doc, anyone with a channel, Woody, anyone like that, Mikey, one take, no edits, we're going to see. We're going to go for a little bit, see how many we get in. They can come on, we'll have a bit of a panel, bit of a discussion, but it's got to be other people who've got channels who I know who they are, just to make sure that no one tries to P-bomb me or something, you know what I mean? Yes, Eleanor Star, I hope you're all good, mate. I'm all good. Yes, we are 138. Hope you're good. Yes, Brandon, a few more starting to get in now. Yes, Swinger. There's definitely a connection. They've definitely been speaking for a while because someone pointed out to me today that Bobby was shouting them out when they had 20 subscribers. You know, saying, oh, get over, check these out, blah, blah, blah. So how was Bobby onto him so early? Unless they've been corresponding, like I say, behind the scenes from early with Craig, with Rachel, with Bobby, which is why they've got the push what they got, and now they've been exposed, haven't they? So yeah, it's one of them. For me, it's an open and shut case in regards to them. Yes, Woody, do you want to come on, Woody? Want to get I want a couple of people on if we can get a couple on. Yeah, here's the link. Anyone with a channel who I know can come on. We'll have a discussion, man. We'll do a little panel. But yeah, absolutely bang to rights, Davey. No worries, bro. The link's there anyway if anyone else comes in. Can I pin that? Well, you never know. That could be the why it has gone quiet. Maybe people in the local area have seen it, and Davy's past has come back to bite him on the bum once again. But like I say, until the end of his days, until that man's no longer here, he is what he is. There's no escaping it. There's no, oh, he's done his time. He was a fully grown man from the minute he embarked upon what he was going to do. He was a bacon. You know what I mean? He had no reason to get a number and correspond with somebody else's child. You know what I mean? It wasn't your daughter. Why did you need a number to text her? There's red flag number one, mate. Then the hotel, that's just like confirmed you're a wrong un. And the fact that they stayed there for a couple of nights now, whether he tries to say that nothing happened in that room or not, I'd say that he's still a bacon, even if nothing did happen. But the fact that you pled guilty in court tells us all that it did. Big respect, unknown handler. Hope you're good, bro. He's in work. He just said till 2, I think, didn't he? It's a shame, really. It would have been good to get Woody on. I don't think he's been on here before, has he? Yeah, this is what I mean. He's being very careful now, and he'll be planning what he's going to do and say in regards to this very carefully, very, very carefully, because he knows everyone's watching and waiting to see what he's going to say. We're all already onto the situation, but is he going to give us the final nail in the coffin? I mean, if he goes too deep on this baddest and, the other weirdo, are they then going to disclose multiple chats between them where he's offering to pay him to go here, there, and everywhere? And then he's going to end up in the same boat as them. So again, he'll be planning this very, very carefully, Creepy Craig will. 1,000,000%. I know. What did he say? He's only a wrong on paper. He's only a wrong on paper. What is this guy? And what's she saying? He's done his time. He can hold his head up high. No, he can't. Never again can he hold his head high. Ever again. Never. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They will definitely have previous chat logs with Creepy. That goes without saying. It's what's in them. And if Creepy comes on and, like he would if this was anybody else, and these hadn't come about through him, he'd have already been on here and made a couple of videos, done live streams, the lot. He'd have already tore him apart and earned his ad stream off it, but he hasn't. He's kept awfully quiet, and his uploads have also seemed to have fallen off a cliff. So again, what's going on there? Well, like I said in my video earlier, his silence here is speaking a million words. What you saying, the beers? Do you want to come on, lad? See what you think about what's been going on recently. Not very often you'll get offered to come on here, Giz. So what? Don't matter if it was 1,000,000 years ago. If you're still walking around and that's still your name and that's who you are who did it, you're a bacon. Doesn't matter. If it was yesterday, a week ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, still a wronger. Yes, John, hope you're all good, mate. We'll see if he comes on, he can have a little chat. It's not very often I'd offer the beast to come on, like I say, but I do want to have a little discussion in regards to this, and I want a few other different people's opinions. I don't just want it to be mine, you know what I mean? I want to see what other people's thoughts are. There's definitely a reason why Creepy's staying so quiet. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Same biz. Jump on in a sec then, Brown. We'll see what you're saying. Mate, that bonkers. She's just as bad. Some people may even say she's worse because, well, she's a woman, isn't she? And she's going to give a certain sense of security to people, and people are going to think, oh, she's a woman, blah, blah, blah. When she's masking and covering for this beast, this actual real life, disgusting human being, like a proper wolf in sheep's clothing, mate. You've seen him sat there in them, have you seen them? What are they called? You know, like for bed and that. Like a onesie or something, he's sat there with all unicorns on it, like a kid's thing. Again, we know someone else who does that, don't we, with the creepy Care Bear stuff, but proper weird, mate, especially when you find out what he's actually convicted for, and then you think, well, hang on, you're both sat there in like kids' onesies, and he's a convicted wrong'un, and you're telling us all he's done his time and blah, 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 blah. And Shelby come on at the beginning and said whatever she was on about there. Again, I don't even want to know about that. Like, these are the dregs of society. In my own opinion, anyway, the lowest of the low. Like, you don't get no worse than them. Serious. You do not get no worse. I know. That's what I'm saying. That was one of the most shocking things I heard her say. Like, who hasn't done that? Well, everyone with a bit of morals and anyone who's not a wrong'un. Obviously, not your fella, like. Obviously. Yeah, it's mental, Jeff, mate. Absolutely insane. Ricky Silani, she was obviously saying something like that. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. No, I reckon the business going to get him on and terror him, you know. I reckon that would have been pretty good content because we'd have been able to see that absolute bacon, Davy Stretton, break down live, and we'd have been able to watch him get tripped up on live, you know, not time to think about it and pre-record it. I mean, they can't even lie when they do that. So imagine them trying to lie on the spot. I reckon Biz could have done good there if he'd have managed to trick them to get them on. Yeah, they are. They literally are cult members. They're part of Creepy Craig's group. He pushed them heavily in the beginning, speaking to him behind the scenes. As I said at the beginning, Bobby pushed them when they had 24 subs or something like that, 20 odd subs. He was promoting them. So they've clearly been talking behind the scenes, including behind the scenes, because how many other channels with 20 subs, how many other people in the comments, yeah, who may have a channel with 20 subs who posted a couple of little videos, how many of yous have got, you know, Bobby pushing yous and then Craig and Rach pushing yous? None of yous, because you're not speaking to them behind the scenes and you're not willing to do their dirty work. Whereas these obviously were. And now the past is coming out. It would seem so, wouldn't it? It's looking like we're doing quite well, to be honest. We're doing better than I ever imagined we could have done. Like, I'm not even joking. This geezer is nowhere, well, he mustn't be. He cannot be nowhere near as clever as we have all given credit for over the past few years. Like, he can't be. You know what I mean? I'm still in the operating on 5%, man. Still getting chonged and that, you know what I mean? I'm not even like proper putting me full bosher into it. And we've had him pants down. Good bit. Goodbye. Well, exactly. Probably cover for him again. Make out the victim was somehow to blame because that was the sort of gist I was getting from what he was saying as well. You know what I mean? Get the victim on. Get the victim on. What do you mean? Get the victim on. You little wrong'un. She's probably spent the last 20 years trying to forget about you, and you wanted to get you want us to go out of our way to get this girl on, to drag it all back again when we already know what you are. It's proven. This geezer's a sick man with a very sick mind. That goes without saying. Oh, my throat's nailed, you know. Yeah, smash the likes for us, guys. Not the pipes, you know, the dance. We do not want to be looking like Rachel this Christmas. Go on, I'll give you one. I'll give you one, even though I've got a sore throat. Away, man. It's me, Rachel. I'm the biggest victim in the northeast of England. I'll give you one, man, because I know you like it. If that's not worth a like, I don't know what is, especially the pain I went through then to do it. Nah, someone sent it me, you know. Whoever that was, big shout out to him. He sent me a few. I've got a few people who send me stuff, like I say. Anyone who wants to send any clips that you would like featured on the Creepy Craig Daily, you know, little comedic value ones, send them to me over at BanterJDP on Instagram or BanterJDP on Facebook. And if I like them and I find them quite funny, I will play them on the Creepy Craig Daily. Like I say, most of the ones what I get now are coming from you guys, so big shout out to you. She called herself bonkers because she must know that it's absolutely insane to sell your kids down the river and shack up with a convicted we know what, and then come on the internet and start trying to troll people and make out that Danny G is a bad guy. These are the sort of people who's trying to make out that Danny G is so bad. You couldn't make it up. You could not make it up, man. Big shout out to Mills and Mills. Hope you're all good, Mills. This is the girl who came forward and very bravely told us her story in regards to this creep, what we have spoke about a little bit today. Exactly. Yeah, all creepy does is lord it over the people who watch him. Like, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. I'm going to Vegas next week. Yeah, your dad pays for you to go to Vegas and you live in your dad's spare room. So basically, the money what you're saving on rent and actually being a normal human being is what he spends on these things that he lords over everyone else. Well, we're all living a normal life. We've all got to pay our own bills and pay for kids and pay for this and pay for that. We're not living the life of a 40-odd-year-old man child like the creepy one. Away, man! It's me, Rachel. Feel sorry for her. I'm having my favourite. Rice and rice. Oh, that just nailed me throat then to keep that going. We need to not do it anymore because we need to save that for the Creepy Craig Daily. You know, that's where you get the full dose of the Rach accent. So make sure, if you've not subscribed over on JDP Productions, make sure you get over there, hit the subscribe, guys. Someone sent me a few AI ones of Craig hugging Care Bears and that. I've got a few of them, to be fair. I've got one of Rachel when all the aliens from her own planet come down and took her around for the weekend. I'll play that one later if you want. Stick a one in the chat if you want to see when E.T. found home and they come down to pick her up. Mental, bro. Everyone get over and subscribe to Dynamo Clips, yeah, because it's right what this guy said today, yeah. In what sort of corner are we all operating in when them absolute bacons are going to have more subs within the next couple of days if all the other wrong'uns keep subbing to him than this guy who's like a proper real guy? He gives a non-biased view on the corner. You know, he clips both sides. Why are they not subscribing to him? Proper weird, you know. Get over and sub to Dynamo Clips, guys. Proper top guy. Yeah, I love a lemon Fanta, you know. I get cases of them every week. I get the orange Fanta, the lemon Fanta, and the Dr. Pepper. You can get them for cheap. Like the 3 cases for like 24 quid. You know what I mean? So I get them every week, like. But yeah, the Fanta, man. You know when these are the best, the Fanta? You know when you're on holiday and you've had too many beers the day before on holiday and it's red hot. You wake up and your head's pounding and you just think, oh my God, what's happening here? Get down to the shop, get a can of this. Bang! It like proper zips all your electrolytes, man. Wakes you right up. Good stuff, this. That's why I got it now with me being so ill. I thought we'll throw some of them in. Try and get myself back to full percent. Go on then, we might get the alien one on tonight. If anyone else has got any more, send them over, like I say. Well, this is another question, isn't it? Why is he now so set to depart over to Rumble? What's the big thing over there? I mean, no one I know uses Rumble. I've never used Rumble. Who watches anything on Rumble? Like, no one. We're all on YouTube. Why is he trying to escape to Rumble? Is it because he knows this permanent ban, what he's on? People are getting very close to speaking to the right people to get him gone. Could be. Which, again, that would signal the end of the war, and it would be victory for me and every single one of you, the JDP army. Hurrah! Come on, the firm. No worries, brother. It's real talk, man. Like, I don't know where they are getting more subs than you. Like, serious. I mean, I know we all wanted to watch the Car Crash TV, but you don't need to subscribe to them for that. You can just search them up and see if the monks have put anything, you know what I mean? Leave them a little comment or whatever, like I do myself. And then that's it, you know what I mean? You don't need to subscribe to them. If they've got no subscribers, they can't monetize. If everyone's subscribing to them and clicking on the videos, you know what I mean? We're just feeding the beast, aren't we? Don't think about that, you know. I don't mind the cherry coke, though. Cherry cokes are nice. So I can imagine that will be nice. I think he might have sent the bags of shopping out this year. Obviously, Rach got double dibs. We've seen what she was like yesterday, man. Nailing the kids out the way for the chicken nuggets. No, not Davey. Creepy we're on about there. Davey should be banned, though, with what he is. He shouldn't even be allowed on here. Yes, Piney Cone, hope you're good, bro. I imagine. I know, yeah, you have to go out and get him or something, do something to him down some, I don't know, some little dirt road. You know what I mean? You have to get him, check him up there. Petrol can. You know what I mean? Oh, but think how good GTA 6 is actually going to be, how realistic. All the NPCs apparently are going to, like, you know, have their own minds, like AI. So it'll be like, they'll all do, like, man, oh, man, I'm proper looking forward to it. Can't believe it keeps getting delayed. Imagine the stuff you're going to be able to do on that GTA 6. Going to be proper like real life, I reckon. Going to be mint. Yes, bro, I hope you're good. Yeah, man, everyone get over. Give Millsy a little sub. Obviously, if this little creep Davey and his beast protector, as John Paul, I know is called the big rugby player, if them two don't absolutely leg it and they start trying to do more lives and justifying himself, I think Millsy is going to do her own live. So, yeah, the more people subscribe to her, the more awareness it will bring if it is needed. And I do remember that, Jeff. I remember that. She took £100 food shop off the geezer because she'd spent all the benefits on smoking whatever substances and that. So obviously she couldn't afford to feed her own kids. So she asked Karate Marty for a food parcel and he give her a few quid. Month or two later, she's trying to tell his missus that he's got a bit on the side, trying to ruin the geezer's life, brand him as this, brand him as that. After accepting a food parcel and 100 nicker off him. You couldn't make it up, Jeff. You couldn't make it up, mate. Yeah, let me get the link. One sec. Who's coming on? You coming on to reveal yourself, Dynamo. Same. I said to someone this morning, no, I don't think they're going to go live. I reckon they've realised now there's no coming back from this. They're done. Obviously, they'll have Creepy Craig talking to him behind the scenes, and I can't see them posting again. I can see the channel going. I reckon there's going to be a bit of a negotiation. Craig's probably going to give him a few quid, and they're going to disappear, and then he'll come out and try and deny any accountability or any sort of ties between the two. What is on about? What does Mills want to come on? I have put the link out. Oh, saying that though, where am I going to know? Mills, write in the chat now if you want to come on, and I'll. Oh, I don't even matter now, does it? Because I'll put it out. Yes, Kevin. Hope you're good, bro. Creepy is nothing but a bully, man. Like, literally, that's all he does. He comes on here, tries to victimise people's families, victimise whoever he can to generate his own ad revenue. And someone said it in my comments earlier, spot on, really. He did it with Decca, and people will go along with it with Decca, yeah, because to a certain degree, we do believe certain things what's said about him, yeah. So we will go along with it and be like, yeah, because blah, 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 whatever. Danny G is not that. Like, he's not that. Creepy Craig has got a way worse past than Danny G. So where were people sitting there and entertaining it when he's trying to wrong this geezer off, talk about his missus, talk about his kids, all the rest of it, yeah. Is that you? Is that you, Mills?
Yeah, it's me.
All right, you're right.
Yeah, they wanted me to come on or something. I don't know why. But yeah,
Yeah,
if they want to ask questions, you know, I can't see the chat though. That's the thing.
It's all right. I can read the chat for you. What have you got anything else that you wanted to add to what you said the other day, or?
To be honest with you, no, I think people just wanted to ask me questions and stuff like that. But there is questions that obviously I can't answer.
Someone's saying tell them about special time, what your sister said before, something about Becky, but I don't really want to know about that.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't want to know about that.
No, sorry, I can't. You know, I can't say that.
I just have Ricky. We don't really want to talk about that anyway. Anyone got any questions for Mills? Put them in the chat now, and I'll stick them on the screen. You've been all right though. You're feeling all right about everything what's been
yeah,
said.
it's obviously it's like, you know, brought up a lot of memory kind of thing, but you know, I'm still going. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I won't sit there and allow someone to lie. So
No, they need exposing, don't they? You know what I mean?
It's just the fact that they are basically sitting there laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, that kind of shit's jarring to me, and I don't like that kind of stuff. You know, I don't believe in people laughing at 13-year-old girls and joking, and you know, I just don't.
Trying to say, did you hear what he was saying when he was saying bring the victim on? As if we're going to go out of our way to try and. That girl's probably took 20 years to forget it.
Well, the reason he's saying this is because he knows full well that the victim's not going to come on because he's not allowed contact with the girl ever. So he knows that she's not going to come on. So, like, you know, he will say that to basically try and make himself look like he's done nothing, but she will never. No questions were. I can see that.
You can see that on the screen when I put it on the screen. Yeah.
No, honestly, the truth is, he doesn't intimidate me at all. He's nothing. He's not even what he thinks he is. Honestly, he's a mouse.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I think the bravery you've shown is absolutely amazing. Like I say, coming forward, the whole rabbit hole, what me and Woody ended up going down that day was, well, it was mental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing just led to another, and then, as you'll know yourself, you know, I had multiple of your family coming through on messages. You know, not just one. It was one, then another, then yourself, and it was. You know what I mean? So I knew it was all true when I was, as you know, when I was still searching for the article. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, me and my family have just been like, you know, we've just been keeping this in for a while, and we've just really wanted to, like, you know, speak out and say something. But when this man is living in your home, you physically can't say much, like, you know. But my mum did what she had to do, and she's free, and I'm very, very proud of my mum. So
yeah, victims of abuse while they're going through it, they don't know that they're the victims of it, do they?
no, honestly, they don't. You know, I totally understand how she feels, and I've been in her shoes now in my past relationship, so I totally understand how she felt in that relationship.
Yeah.
And you know, if anyone out there is suffering, just leave. Do you know, because it's not worth at all. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, someone saying, have the police been in touch with her or the family like Davy's saying's happened or something?
Recently, or
Yeah,
oh,
since like,
basically, has he like rang the police on me and my family? Basically, is that what you're trying to say?
yeah.
No, nothing at all. Um, they basically they put up a thing saying that they've made a report, but no, I've heard nothing.
He can't do anything anyway. He's convicted. It's not a lie. It's not like we're all on here making it up and slandering his name. It's
They
true.
can ring the police. He can report it for malicious. You know, he can say whatever he wants, but in the police eyes, they will just look at it as tit for tat because he's creating videos back, laughing, joking. You know, so the
Yeah,
police are just—they're not going to be interested.
yeah,
But like I did say on my videos yesterday, like you know, with the addresses and all that kind of stuff, I don't mind you posting that out there. But when it comes to my videos, just please don't put them on my videos, as that really will look bad on me. And I
yeah,
don't get that at all.
yeah.
You
Of
know,
course.
don't put the address, whatever, but just don't come to my videos and do it.
I think everyone knows the address now. So yeah, people probably should stop writing his address everywhere now.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's totally up to them if they want to, but for that, you will. I don't want anybody to get into trouble for that. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, same. People should stop posting his address. Like I say, anyone in the local area who was going to pass out leaflets or whatever, we'll already have that information now. So, and we never know with him going quiet. Who's to say that he hasn't had local people, saying to
Yeah.
him already?
Well, you know, there's a lot of people that already know what he is. There's people all over, like Nuneaton, Bedworth, Coventry. They all know what he is. You know, growing up in Nuneaton, he was the most hated person. So I can 100% guarantee that everybody already knows now, and it's refreshed their memory.
Yeah,
So
just
I can't.
awareness.
Yeah.
I can't believe he was stupid. Well, as we know, Davey's got a wet brain, like, but how are they stupid enough, to come on here and not think that this wasn't going to come out rapid, especially when they're trying to turn up outside Danny G's house and that.
Well, the thing is with Davey and his wet brain, he's he's saying that he's a recovering alcoholic. He's been saying this for flipping years. And I mean like years and years and years and years. And he will never give up the drink. So he will never be a recovering alcoholic
Yeah.
because he will continuously drink and
Yeah.
drink and
Well,
drink.
he was opening a can. This is how thick he was. The recording a video, instead of opening the can before he started recording the video or after, he tried to open it mid-video while doing a cough.
Yeah.
But the intelligence of him is proper shocking. Like the end of the video, they're not stopping the video in time before they're talking to each other and being like, "Oh, we've got to keep pushing this narrative," or you know what I mean? It's like the
Yeah.
proper.
Yeah, no, Davey's he's not a recover. He'll never recover. He's always been an alcoholic and he always will be.
Do you know
And
anything? Do you know anything about this in regards to when he reckons he grassed on the burger bars and that?
yes, I do know about that. I was with my partner at the time. He went with another bird. He went with my mum at the time of that. He cheated on my mum and he's with another girl. And it was something to do with money. And I can't, to be honest with you, I can't really remember much, but it was to do with money, and they were sending threats and basically saying that they were going to kill him and
Did
all
he?
that
Did he
kind
get
of
them
stuff.
sent? Did he get them sent to jail? Did he?
Uh, I don't think he did. I think he ended up being in jail
Okay.
for. I think he ended up going to jail.
For that thing with the bacon factory.
Yeah, because
You
he.
couldn't make it up, could you?
Yeah, he went to jail for that. But no, I don't think they ended up.
I'm looking forward to that as well. Midland Angler, definitely. Sorry, carry on. Sorry about that.
That's fine. I didn't have to say anything after that. But no, yeah, it was. I don't think they did end up going to jail, but they basically fucked them over.
Yeah, so he's a snitch, a wrong 'un. It's the lowest of the low, really. His missus give up her kids to be with him?
Well, with the kids situation, like obviously I will talk about that, but I've got to be careful what I'm saying, obviously. But
Yeah,
she when she got with him, she basically was told not to stay with Davy, um, and she didn't listen. And then that's when obviously social services, because her kids were already on the child protection register at the time.
yeah.
So when Davy obviously came in and they seen that he had service laws and all that kind of stuff, social services told her not to be with Davy, and she ignored it. And the kids ended up going into care then because she just signed them away, and then they ended up moving in together. And
Do you know what's the most tragic thing about that? Obviously, it's a proper shame on them kids. That's the most tragic thing. But the most tragic thing for Rebecca is you can tell he doesn't actually like her. Like when she's trying to hug him and pull him in, he's always like, ugh, and pulling away and that.
that's the thing with the body language. See, growing up around him, I know his body language. Like so when he ends up getting found out, and people know what he is, and she's trying to do this happy, lovey-dovey kind of feeling.
Yeah,
He knows what he's done, so he doesn't want to sit there and all cuddly with her, because in his eyes, he finds her like, "What the fuck are you still with me while I've done
yeah.
this?" And it's like basically he's pushing himself away from her, but she's pushing herself onto him. So he doesn't want to obviously be with her because their relationship's an absolute mess.
Well, she said
But
that she's already had to go into a women's refuge over him. They've only been together.
honestly, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. But it would not surprise me one bit. But the kids, yeah, they're better off where they are. With the way that they are acting at the minute, I really wouldn't want their kids around them. Well, her kids around them.
Yeah, no kids should be anywhere near him.
No, exactly not. No, you know what? You know what I mean.
And that's all leads back to my point with Creepy Craig, paying these to go and hang around parks and to pull up outside Danny's house and to be on that street. Did Creepy know exactly what these people were when he was sending them up, like out into people's communities? Because they're not the sort of people you'd want walking up and down your street when your kids are walking up and down, are they? Let's be honest.
Oh, like with the cult, I don't know about I don't really know about YouTube, and I don't really
Yeah,
know
obviously,
what.
that's nothing to do with you. I was just talking to the audience then.
No, that's fine. Like obviously with the cult and stuff like that, like I do watch it, but I don't really get the understanding of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, don't you worry about what I was on about then. Someone's put here, Mills Jake, was this 2004 or 2008? Dodgy how they keep saying 21 years. Which one was it, Mills? Do you know?
So basically, it happened in 2006. Okay,
Yeah.
but then obviously he didn't get convicted then until 2007, 2008, because there was an ongoing investigation for it. That's why it took so long. But it happened in 2006,
And
January.
how old was he in 2006? Like 22 or something?
Something around about that, yeah.
So he was a man and she was a child. That's just all I'm just trying to get across.
Yeah, there's no justification of age limits
Yeah.
and whatever like that. She was 13, he was like,
a man, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like he's going to try and say, oh, I was 15, 16 and she, you know what I mean? He was a man.
Yeah, like it's not like, obviously I can understand people questioning and when it happened and when it didn't happen, but it happened. It doesn't matter when, what, how it happened.
Yeah.
And, he was a man, she was a child, and it should never have happened.
He had no reason to get a number in the first place. What did he need a teenage child's number for? Like from that very second, in my eyes, he's a bacon. You do not need that number. You don't need to correspond with that. Why? You know what I mean?
She was my sister's friend first. Obviously she was my sister's age at the time, my older sister. So she was her friend at the time.
Yeah, so your sister would have a number, not him. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and to be honest, we don't even know how he ended up getting her number. We don't know if she passed it in. He got it from her phone. He got it from my sister's phone. We don't know how he got it, but he did. And there was text messages back and forth, back and forward. And yeah, exactly, Kate. How can an adult find 13-year-old track? Yes, so honestly, it baffles me. If
So yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming on again.
No, that's all right. It's fine.
just like I say, there may still be a few people doubting it. I don't think there is any accounts now. What you may get in the comments, I'd imagine is them themselves, you know, on decoy accounts or whatever. Because
Well, people that
oh,
would probably be obviously be doubting it would probably be what they call themselves sponsors themselves, but you know,
yeah,
because anyone that don't believe something like that, anyone that don't believe something like that's a bit fucked up.
especially when it's there in front of you. It's not just hearsay. You've got the man's family saying it. You've got the paper. He's been convicted. He's basically admitted it himself. Said, "I've done my time." She's
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, who hasn't?" You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's open and shut, man. Everyone can see what they are.
but yeah, no. Honestly, I'm just gonna like, you know, I'll be there, but if anyone like I won't be too involved anymore. Like I've said what I've got to say now, but you
Yeah,
know, but yeah, just
you've
do
got
what
to
you.
go above and beyond. You've done loads.
Yeah, like I'm gonna take. Obviously, I'm gonna take a step back now from this because
Yeah,
obviously I've got to focus on my own family now. But
yeah, of
what I
course.
said about Davey is true, and what he's done is true. And you know, is he still on the register? Yeah, he'd be on the register for life.
Think so.
Once you're a sex offender, you're on there for life. So but yeah, guys, I'm gonna take a step back from it, but like, you know, I will be still on YouTube. I will pop in, say hello and all that kind of stuff. But I won't be answering any more questions in regards to what's going on now. Because
Yeah,
what I've said is enough.
yeah,
Um
above and beyond enough.
yeah,
Anyone who believe it now, they want to have a look in the mirror, innit?
but like it's, you know, it's just thinking, you know, just thinking about it does my head in. So I'll just leave you all do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on again, Mills.
No, that's fine. No problem.
Take care, mate.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. So, guys, there we go again. Big shout out to Mills. The bravery what this girl has displayed is outstanding, man. Let's have it right. You know what I mean? There's no other way to say it. The fact she was willing to come forward, and she's come on a couple of times now just to dispel any doubters and prove exactly what this bloke is. Anyone who's still subscribed to that channel, you need to have a long, hard look at yourself. Everyone wants to go over right now and unsubscribe. If you want to take the mick out of them and watch the car crash, just search them up. You know what I mean? See if they've posted something. Don't be part of the problem and allow them to monetize on the back of the victims they have created throughout their lives. A big shout out to the burger joint as well. I did, obviously, I was talking to Mills. I didn't want to interrupt too much. He's saying his new video's out today. I think he said, he can't have said 2, can he? Pass that now. Well, Burger Joint's got a new video coming out today. You've just seen it on the screen anyway. Someone let me know in the comments so I know before I end. Because I want to watch it. And yeah, I may start doing these little chats. You know, just me chatting to you. I might start doing them a couple of times a week on this channel to keep your eyes open for that. Obviously, I'll be live tonight on the Creep Craig daily between 8 and 10. Now, he's not VC or Decker. I know who he is. Like, I've spoke to him. Like, I know who it is. You know what I mean? It's not VC. It's not Decker. It's no wronging. It's someone who everyone liked. Don't worry. Dynamo Clips is spot on. Trust me. Bro, that's definitely not Decker. I know who it is. Like, I know like who that is. 1,000,000% fact. Like, they told me when they were starting it. I know whose channel that is. It's someone everyone likes. It's not creepy. It's not Decker. Trust me. So, big shout out to everyone. Hit the like if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe. And I'll see you all tonight between 8 and 10. Respect.